Hey, welcome everybody to Tuesday. Normally we do this on Monday, but we're doing it on Tuesday because yesterday was a holiday. And speaking of that, I hope everybody had a fantastic Labor Day weekend. I know we're going to cover today some of the fantastic stuff that's happened over the weekend with FunSaver Network, and I'm looking forward to it. And today, what we're going to do is we're going to have a little conversation with our CEO, Mr. Shane Hendricks. He took some time out of his day to sit and talk with everybody about his vision and where we're going. And then we're also going to go into the invitations that are happening and how we're growing and how people are doing it. And I'm going to do this because one of my best friends in the world, Mr. Rory, you see her on here. That was what her meeting was about today, is about how people are inviting. And then I'm going to cover a little something for you on the compensation plan that might help you understand what we're doing. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn this over to our CEO. Some of you know him, some of you don't. I've known this guy. Is it September? Good Lord, it's September. Okay. Next month in October, I have been involved with Shelly and Shane for 5 years. Next month. God, it's 5 years, guys. Can you believe it? 5 years. So it's been 5 years. One of the best guys I've ever met ever. Shelly, one of the best ladies I've ever met ever. And they're just good people. Just flat good people. So, Shane, please unmute yourself, sir. I want to welcome everybody to meet Mr. Shane Hendricks, the CEO of Saber Network. You have the floor, Mr. Shane.
Thank you, Ron. I appreciate it as always. And thanks again for everybody getting on this call on a Tuesday with us. Hard to say Tuesday. We've been doing it for Mondays for so long. But I appreciate everybody getting on the call. I appreciate the work everybody's been putting in. I know it was a holiday weekend, but guys, we still had some what I think is incredible numbers of people coming in. It was fun to sit and watch that, be a part of it, and just know that those numbers are going to start doubling. You know, you've got people again like Rory. Thank you, Rory, for everything you do. You got people like Rory that are getting in there and helping people on how to sign up people and what to say. Because I know a lot of times it's difficult to start getting your bearings about you on a new company and a new way of sharing it or how to share it and all that. So kind of odd that, Ron, that's what she had her call on today, because I was going to tell people, my story and how simple I think this process is. We are big on trying to make sure that duplication is simple and easy. And guys, right now in free launch, it's really simple and easy in my opinion. So we'll get back to that in just a second. Wanted to, kind of go over real quick, Ron. I want to let you kind of paint the picture. I want to make sure everybody that's on this call, because when I invite somebody, the last thing I tell them is, make sure and engage in a webinar so that you understand, or even a recorded one, so that you understand what the business is. Because I know your 2-minute, 35-second video and the one that we even have that we're redoing for that is not enough to tell this story. And it's even going to get harder and harder to tell this story later on, because we've got so many things that are going to happen with FunSaver Network. So if you don't mind, paint that picture for us real quick on what that is. And we'll talk just a second about what FunSaver Network is, what you see it as, and then we'll go back to signing up.
Sure, I'll be happy to. A lot of you have been privy to some meetings, some webinars that we've had. A lot of you haven't. So I'm going to kind of paint the picture. This kind of evolved during some of our meetings that we were having. Here's how it works. FunSaver Network, according to Shane and me, myself, I agree 100%, is not just a wholesale buying club. It's a below wholesale buying club. In other words, the prices are even lower than wholesale. So imagine, if you will, you're walking down the road and you see this storefront. It's got this sign on it that says FunSaver Network. And you're going, what is that? Then you decide to go over to the store and take a look at it. Well, when you go take a look at it, you realize one thing. When you get to the door, you have to be a member to go in and take a look at it. Just so happens, you're lucky, you're a member. So you walk in the front door. When you walk in the front door, you see these different aisles in this store. And to the left, you see an aisle that says digital marketing products. Everything that you can imagine to brand your business, drive traffic, help businesses get reviewed. Whatever you can imagine to help you is down this aisle. The best thing about that aisle, since you're a member, everything down that aisle is below wholesale. Okay. Then here's another one over here, health and wellness. Great thing about that aisle is there's multiple health and wellness companies on different products, but they're all backed by science. All of them. They're backed by science. And we're going to be having a thing called Wellness Wednesdays, where we have formulators, we have doctors, we have manufacturers that's going to come on Wednesdays, and they're the experts. They're going to explain to you why their product is what it is, what it does for you and your body, how it's science backed, how it was formulated. They're going to explain everything to you because we're not the experts in that. But again, down that aisle, down that health and wellness aisle, again, it's below wholesale again. Then down another aisle, I mean, there's lots of aisles. I'm going to take a lot of time. But down another aisle, there's this thing called drops. Now, let me do my best I can do to explain drops to you. Let's say that there's things that you can buy on auction or things that you see and you get them super wholesale. So Shane buys things online from auctions and overstock. However he gets them, he gets them. But it can be from soup to nuts. I mean, it can be from air fresheners to a used car. It's just, and you'll never know what the next one is. So it's kind of like a surprise. You know what I mean? Kind of like Kmart. Remember Kmart? And you were in Kmart and you hear, attention shoppers, for the next 15 minutes on aisle 6, there's a discount. Same thing, but ours is not like a blue light special. It's a blue light surprise because you never know what's coming the next day. So, and these are going to be at wholesale prices, super wholesale prices. Now, you might not like today's, you might like tomorrow's. I don't know. But just being a member gives you the ability to be involved in all of these things. And here's the best part. There's no monthly auto ship. The way we make money here at this company is through memberships. You don't make money on people buying product every month. That's not what it's about at all. It's about memberships. So it's a whole different animal. And that's what we're doing. That's what we've put together. And it seems to be working well because, as Shane said, I mean, there's like 600 came in over Labor Day weekend. So that's crazy. So, Shane, I hope that was the picture you wanted me to paint. I'm going to turn it back over to you. And then
It was, Ron. So, real simple question for you.
Mm-hmm.
One that you could start elaborating on, but I'll stop you because I want to go through the sign up process. But everything that you just did was spot on. There is definitely more, guys. There are so many more things that we're going to have for engagement to keep the customer engaged, to keep the affiliates engaged. There's going to be so many things that we have that are going to be what I'm calling unique buying experiences that are going to get you below wholesale prices in certain things. It's not all about just being a wholesale buying club, just like Costco or somewhere. They're not all about just being a wholesale buying club. When you think about your ketchups and you think about, so other things, they got tires, they've got things you can go in and actually have oil changes, things like that. So not saying we're having all that. I'm just kind of getting to the point where, when you start thinking about digital marketing, we're going to be here to help you build your business too. It's not just the wholesale buying experience of goods or, things that you don't need. It is things that you absolutely need to build your business with. It's just that 5PC Global is going to be a partner underneath FundSaver Network. They're going to be able to sell their products and stuff and their services at ridiculously low prices compared to other marketing companies, because we don't have to make money on that product. We're making money on the memberships. So, but Ron, real quick, in order for you to sign someone up, did you have to tell them that whole story?
No.
Exactly. So just wanted to make sure that when I go over this, everybody understands. Ron just told the story because Ron knows that story. But when you go sign someone up, it isn't like that. You don't have to go and do that. This is free launch, guys. And if you haven't been a part of a free launch or a pre-launch, I'm going to tell you my method. This again, I want to make sure everybody understands. I know there are leaders in this organization. I know there's teams that are going to do it different, and that's okay. You got your method and everything. I'm just going to tell you, in my opinion, how simple it is. The sign up process, for signing up people in free launch is share your link. You're going to share your link, and you're going to tell the person that you have found something that may or not be for them, but you want them to just get signed up in the process. Watch the video at the top of the link. It's 2 minutes, 35 seconds long. It is not long at all. And then sign up and get your free spot. That right there is the first step. Share your link, tell them to watch the video, tell them to get signed up for their free spot. You want them to read their email. As soon as their email arrives to them, say, look, read your email. It comes instantly, and watch the compensation video. Look, you're probably not going to get the compensation video completely the first time. Watch it a second time if you have to. Make sure that you read that email completely, and then you want to copy your links so that you've got them available, and you want to share your links. You want to, I am reading my notes if anybody's questioning.
But wait, before you go forward, Shane, let me ask you something. Let's say that let's say you share your link with somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're talking to them or you're texting them, however that's happening. And let's say you're doing it with me, and I go, but Shane, what's the product?
Are you still with me, Ron?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Something else popped up on my screen there. I just want to make so Ron, if you were to ask me what the product was, I would tell them that it's a crazy company called Fund Saver Network. They are doing things that you've never seen before. They've got prices that are going to be below wholesale. And they are giving me the opportunity to share their product, and they're giving you the same opportunity. I mean, and I would go right back to, I've shared a link with you, and I want you to watch the video, and I want you to get your free spot. And I want to make sure after you do that, read your email, watch the comp plan, save your shared link. Like I said, you may not get everything at first. So engage and watch the webinar. Engage in either a saved webinar or get on the webinars, because you're going to start receiving emails for each one of these. For every webinar.
So that was my question. You just said it. Mm-hmm. So when a person signs up for the free launch, in other words, we're not asking for any money. We're not asking for a credit card. We're not asking for nothing. They're just grabbing a position, right? Right.
Right.
Okay. And then when they get the very first email, it's a welcoming email. And in that email, it goes through explaining exactly every facet of the comp plan, correct?
Correct.
And then they need to watch their emails, and they need to watch their text messages, because they're going to start receiving emails and text messages for webinars, for Welcome Wednesdays, for drops, the whole thing. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So Ron, again, role play just a little bit with me, because you started there on your own.
Yeah.
And ask me a question.
Okay. Okay. One of the big questions that's going to happen, especially with people that's been in this industry for a while, the normal first question is this. And I know the answer because you just said it, but they're going to say, so what's the comp plan?
Your very first email has it in it.
Okay. Thank you. Simple. Very first email, you'll go through it.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the product? You just answered that. What's the product?
Watch the 2 minute, 35 second video. You must not have watched that when I shared the link with you.
Okay.
So let's watch that. Let's watch that video.
Who's the owner?
You'll see the owner on the webinars, and you'll see the owner's name and hear that on the webinars that you're going to engage on after you get started.
Is this a startup company?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You're at the top of an incredible new company. And again, you're going to see all of that in the webinar when you engage.
Okay. That's generally what you're going to hear. What's the product? What's the company? Who's the owner? How long they've been around? That's generally what's going to happen.
Yeah. So guys, I say all this stuff because, you know, when I was 20 years old, 21, 22, I can't remember the actual date. It's been a long time ago, and built a large organization in a company. I did it through duplication, and we'll talk about that in just a second. But the one thing that I see happens is a new person comes in and they try to tell the story. They might not even be new coming in. They sit down and they go to Canva or they go to something and they start making a flip chart so that they can sit down with somebody. Hey, meet me down at McDonald's. I got something I want to show you. And they sit down there at McDonald's. And this guy that I'm talking about knows the whole story. I mean, he's good at it. He can tell this thing backwards and forwards because he sat there and learned it. He spent hours learning this so he could tell the story with his flip chart. He sits in front of a guy named Alex. Alex sits there and listens to every bit of it and says, man, I love what you just showed me. This thing is going to be huge, but I can't do what you just did. I can't tell a story. That story's intense, and I sit there and listen to it and I love it, but I'll never be able to build this thing because I can't tell that story the way you did. So don't get into that. Don't try to tell the story that way. Let the story tell itself. Just like we said, sign the people up, tell them to go get their links, watch the videos, get engaged in webinars, and you will build this company through duplication. When I was in Consumers Buying Incorporated, I've had several people ask me, so I thought I'm going to go ahead and tell that on this webinar here. I had several people say, how did you build CBI so fast? I took the old adage of duplicating a penny by two, and I took that to an extreme. I literally said I'd go up to somebody and I'd say, look, I got a new business that I've gotten involved with. And guys, y'all are getting involved in a business that's costing you $25 a month. You can't do that anywhere else. But anyways, I told them I got involved in a new business and I'm looking for partners. Well, the very first thing they're going to ask you is, one, what is it? And then the second thing they're going to ask you is, how much is it going to cost me to get involved? So I would tell them that it was only $20. Well, so many of them would say, well, if it's only $20, I'm in. I'd say, whoa, wait a second. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a partner here. So I need a commitment from you that you're going to go out and do your two, because at that time it was the first binary. And I said, I just need a commitment from you that you're going to do exactly what I just did and tell the story exactly like I just told it. And you're going to go out and get two people. And I need you to commit to do that in 24 hours for me. And I said, if you can't do that, it's okay. I'll come back to you. But right now I'm looking for partners that can actually do that part of it. You only need two people. It was $20 to join this company. I said, I only need two people and I only need the commitment out of you in 24 hours. Guys, it was 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. And we kept putting people in. And that was how we got them signed up in this company. We taught them the business through the webinars, not webinars. I'm sorry. We didn't have webinars. We taught them through three-way telephone calls, and we would teach them to go and get there too. I would like to teach y'all now to let's blow up the average MLM thing that's 2.3 or 2.8, whatever it is. We're going to blow that out of the water because this is a membership for $25. We want to teach you how to get your 5, and we want you to go find partners that tell you they can go get you 5 people and go get you 5 people in whatever time frame you allow, that they go get those 5 people and duplicate that model. As you see in our comp plan, I'm not going to go over it because you all got it in your when you signed up. So go look at the comp plan. You can see what 5 times 5 times 5 does for you in the coded bonus plan. It means a lot of money to you. So I want to make sure everybody understands that's how we built Consumers Byline Incorporated, or CBI as they called it. Again, it was a buying program. And I don't want to say this can knock that company at all, but it was a buying program that didn't have the ability. They were young in infancy. They didn't have the internet. They didn't have the ways that we have now to make this buying frenzy happen. And Ron, we've got drops that we talk about that are coming, that are going to be unique in themselves. We've got 2 other buying platforms that I have trouble talking about them. Whenever I talk to, I literally talked to an accountant and said, "Hey, can I do this? Just from a financial standpoint, can I do this?" Their very first thing they said was, "No, you can't do that. You can't take that product."
Yeah, that was me. Hi, Kirsten. Thanks for getting back to me.
Can you hear that, Ron?
Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
They said, "You can't take that product that has a value of $200 and sell that product for $7, $12, or anything like that. Why would you want to do that?" I showed them my math. I showed them what it meant for the membership, because they didn't know about us having the membership, Ron. After I told them all of that, they said, "Your math is fine." And when we take this and we add it to the website and we add it to FundSaver Network, guys, my goal is to get it to where the buying frenzy that we create is because nobody sees anything like this and they're begging to be members. You're not asking them to be. That is my goal in FundSaver Network. And I feel like with the drops, it's going to be that way. We're going to give you the social media to share to your to everybody on your social media. They're going to have a fear of missing out for the next drop. That's one frenzy we're going to have. The next 2 that I'm putting in place for you are absolutely amazing. Ron didn't talk about several of the things. The pet, we got stuff related to pets. So as soon as we get all of these people into FundSaver Network that are pet friendly people, what are we going to do? We're going to advertise. We're going to sell things to them at crazy low prices so they can tell all their pet people, and all their pet people are going to come in for FundSaver Network memberships. So there's so many things that are happening. Ron, I actually had somebody ask me, they said, "Hey, what's next?" I said, "What's next is you need to go sign up a bunch of people and free launch, build a team." And then I said, "We don't need to worry about what's coming next. What's coming next? What's coming next is a free launch. We're going to launch the company after we have free launch, which is going to have stuff involved in free launch. But when we launch the company, we don't even need to ask what's next. We got so many things that are going to be happening during that time, and just keep watching, because there are things that are going to happen next. And guys, none of these require what happened with 5PC Global. 5PC Global, in my opinion, was very successful as a company. But what happened with 5PC Global is when we wanted our own texting platform, we had to build it. When we wanted a CRM, we had to go out and research it and find it. We had to be able to attach it to everything that we had. There was a whole lot of things that slowed that down. The 2 things that I'm talking about adding to our business, they're not slowing us down. The only thing that I'm slowing down for, and the reason that I'm not adding them right when we launch, is 1, I want to have things to keep adding for you. But 2 is I want to make sure I got enough product, because I believe with all the people that are going to come in, we need to be able to support them with the product lines and the things that we have. We want to be able to deliver for them, and we don't want to oversell anything in the beginning. And so that's why we're not coming out of the gate with a couple of these things. So Ron,
Absolutely.
that's what I got. I may come up with something else, but go ahead.
Okay. So I want to cover what he's talking about. I want to cover invitations. We did this earlier, but there's more people here, and I want to kind of talk to you about this. Right now, we're in this thing called a free launch. We call it a free launch. We don't want to call it a pre-launch because everybody has a pre-launch. We want to do a free launch, and there's a reason behind that. We'll cover that some other time. But let me explain something to you about a free launch. You know, we know that this free launch is going to last 4 to 6 weeks. We know this. And during this process, we're going to be putting everything in the back office, getting all your business ready so it'll be ready to go when we're ready to go. But during that time of the free launch, remember what's going to be happening. Shane's going to be doing drops where you can get involved and you can purchase products at lower than discount, lower prices. We're going to have the stuff. We're going to have the doctors and the formulators going to be doing Wellness Wednesday. So you can bring your people to get involved so they can sign up for free. But I tell you that to tell you this. This is important. Please hear me when I say this. The free launch only happens one time. It'll never happen again. Never. It will only happen now. And I'm telling you, as sure as I'm sitting here, I promise you what's going to happen. It's only going to be 4 to 6 weeks, and it's going to go faster than you think it's going to go. Right now, you're thinking, that's a long time, 4 to 6 weeks. It's not. It's going to be over before you know it. And I promise you what's going to happen. There's going to be people that goes, oh my God, I wish I would have put more people. And so I only tell you that because I need you to be aware when the free launch is done, it's done. There's not going to be an extension. We're not going to do it again. We're going to do it this one time, and that's it. Because we're going to go from free launch to launch. We're going to go to the company, right? I pray for each and every one of you that you go out there. Look, here's what I do. Everybody do what you do. I'm going to tell you what I do. I know right now, because of the temperature of the industry, there are literally thousands, tens of thousands of people in the MLM/network marketing world that's looking for something to do that's safe, where they feel like something's special, something's new. And I also know that 95% of those people have never been in a company at the top. Never, never. And they always say, oh man, if I could just be at the top one time, just one time. Here's that time. So I don't spend a lot of time. I mean, yes, I'm talking to networkers, but I don't spend a lot of time trying to tell them everything to sell something for free. Let me say that again so it'll sink in. I don't spend a lot of time trying to tell them everything to sell something for free. I don't. All I do is this. Hey, have you ever been at the top of any company you've ever been in? Nope. Would you like to be now? Absolutely. Let me send you a link. Sign up for free. Get in for free right now. That's it. That's it. Because I guarantee you, most of the people you know that's ever done network marketing, every single one of them will tell you no. Never been at the top. You want to be now? Sure. Here's a free link. Get signed up. It's free. We don't ask for a credit card. We don't ask for nothing. And when you get that, be sure you look at the email, because when you get the email, you're going to get the compensation plan. Then be sure and watch your emails and watch your texts, because you're going to get information about the Zooms that we're doing, everything we're doing, so you know everything. But right now, what's important, get signed up for free, get your link, and do what I'm doing. Call every network marketer you know and go, have you ever been at the top? No, I haven't. Would you like to be? Because here's your chance. And you can sign up for free. Here's the link. It's that simple when it comes to network marketers. It's really that easy. And a lot of you are going, but I don't know a lot of network marketers. They're everywhere online. There's tens of thousands of them. You just haven't made friends with them. But what about the regular people? Ron, I'm talking to regular people. I'm not talking to network marketers. Okay, perfect. Let's talk to regular people about what they can relate to. Hey, you got one of those membership things where you pay so much a month, like Amazon or Sam's Club or Costco or the car wash down the street that you're paying, so you can get all your car washed as many times a month? Yeah, I got one of those. Which one is it? Amazon, whatever. Why do you have that? Well, because it saves me money. Perfect. There's another one coming out of the ground right now. I got a link for it. You can become a member right now for free. Let me send it. That's it. That's it. You really don't have to go into a sales job. You do what you want. I'm not going to tell you what to do. There's leaders on there that have their own teams. Listen to your leader. Do what they're doing, because obviously they know what they're doing because they're succeeding. I'm just telling you what I do. I don't know. I just know in my mind. I know in my mind that the free launch only happens once. And every day that goes by in a free launch, I'll never get that back. I'll never get that back. And I need to be talking to everybody that can fog a mirror, because I need to put as many people in on free as I can. Because if you just pay attention to the compensation plan, which I think all of you have, and if you don't have it, that means you haven't signed up yet. And if you haven't signed up for free yet, please get with the person that brought you here so you can get in for free, because in that first email is the compensation plan. And if you see the compensation plan and you just look at the fast start bonus, just the fast start bonus, here's what I'm going to tell you. If you spend this 4 to 6 weeks and you only get 10 people that go, I'm going when we go, 10 people, on the fast start bonus alone, on the people you brought in, that's $325. Just on 10 people, just on the fast start. That doesn't count your second and third level. And I'm not going to get into the comp plan, because if you don't understand the comp plan and you got the video, please watch it again. And if you don't understand it, please get with your leader or whoever's running your team, get your questions answered. But we're going to be doing this a lot. We're going to have Zooms, we're going to have webinars, we're going to have everything we can possibly do. And I gotta say this one more time. Shane has already said that we're going to be having drops. We're going to be doing drops. Now, let's say there's a drop coming and there's something on there that you like and you love it and you buy it, okay? And you get it in the mail, it's sent to you, and you get on whatever you're on, what if you're on TikTok, Facebook, or just record it, I don't know. And you do an opening of that thing and you're talking about, this company is amazing. I got in for free and I got this product at this price. It's below wholesale. People can go, how do I get in for free? Oh, here's a link. It's just little things, little things. So,
hey, Ron, can you hear me?
yeah.
Okay. On Christine's question real quick, Christine, I would say, again, if I was signing someone up, get your free membership. You'll see the monthly price on there is our membership. That is how we pay out, is through our membership. So you'll see that in there. Now on this call, I'll tell you, our monthly membership is $25 for that. If I'm, if you're just an example, if you're a 5PC Global member and you've sold $89 products on 5PC Global, $89 tri-pack, that tri-pack's going down to, I believe it's $48 if I'm not mistaken. So that tri-pack's going down to $48. So automatically they're already saving their $25 every month. Just as 5PC Global members, you're going to see deep discounted savings on our health and wellness and things like that to make up that $25 a month, because that is definitely what perpetuates the company is the membership. So in order to have that, we do have a membership cost. Ron, you want me to hit a couple
Christine, let me help. I'm sorry, Shane. Let me help you, Christine. The answer to your question is yes. It's $25 a month. That's the answer. It's yes.
Yeah, that is the answer.
Okay. It is $25 a month. That's the answer.
Yep.
Every month.
And you want to hit any of these other questions, Ron?
Let me see what we got. You got the MLM model out of heads. Got it. Yeah, so simple. First month is 25 plus 41 times setup, 65 total at the launch. Yes, 100%. I think Jim was answering the question. Yes, 100%. So let me go back to the top. Can you touch on the possibilities for Canada market? I believe Shane is putting that together. I do know that the health and wellness products have to go through Canada Health. I'm pretty sure that we can go into Canada with our digital products, and I'm pretty sure that we can do business there. That's going to be, I don't think we're prepared to answer that question as of yet, unless Shane wants to. But I think
we'll we'll answer it, Ron, but there is a lot of stuff going back here related to Canada because we've had more than a bunch that have asked about Canada. So we're working trying to figure out what all we can do as it's related to Canada, and then our definitely problem from Canadian side of as you guys know, getting the products across the line and not taxed before they're shipped and all that. One of my companies, we sell a lot of stuff in Canada, and I'll tell you, Canada's the hardest one to get product to, not because of regulatory, but because of the taxation and stuff. So,
Right.
but we'll have a full blown Canada webinar at some point, Zoom call at some point, and very soon. So just
Okay.
hang tight and know that we can do business in Canada. It's just we'll have more detail on how.
Okay, so Willow, I'm gonna answer your question. What happens if they decide not to pay when it goes live? Bye. That's it.
Yeah.
There's nothing we're gonna do. See you later. You know, if they don't pay, they don't pay. ATAP, what kind of financial backing does the company have? You're looking at it.
Yeah, and I'll answer that question. You know, I really don't know how to answer that question. I'm not going to tell you my whole personal financial backing on this call, but I will tell you. You know, 17 years old, started the company. 18, 19 years old, purchased a company called the Plaque Shack Incorporated. The Plaque Shack is still around. You can find it, you know, and look it up. It is still my company after 35 years. We have a division of that company called Name Tag Country. Name Tag Country has around 750,000 customers. We produce around 4,000 name tags every day. We are, you know,
That's
the
good.
beauty of this company.
That's good.
Yeah,
You don't need to go.
I'm not even.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not even going to talk about the financial
Yeah.
side anymore, Ron, except for this to say the beauty of this company is, if you think about it, you guys are paying memberships. Okay, so those are paid. You're getting paid from those memberships when they pay. The products are just like any other e-commerce product. We're purchasing those products and we're selling them. We're fine. I guess that's all we need to say on that.
Yeah. Okay, so there's another one here. Can you use your rewards to pay membership and purchase products? At the moment, Stephanie, there are no rewards. We don't have any kind of reward points or nothing like that. Listen to what I'm telling you at the moment, okay? And we're going to leave it right there, if that makes any sense to you.
Now, if she's talking about compensation, if she's using the word in rewards in place of compensation, then the answer is still at this time, no, you will not be able to do that. We will actually pay you, and then if you want to purchase something, you can purchase it. But we do not have a system that's allowing that to be paid that way. I'm not sure if Ron's answer was the one you're looking for or mine was, but we do not have anything like that right now.
Okay, Willow Williams. What I was looking for is how does someone, if leaving, affect the matrix? Okay, so let me be clear. In the free launch, no one is in a matrix. What you're looking at in your back office is a vertical line. Everybody's coming in a vertical line, okay? So when we launch this thing and everybody trans over to the matrix, let's say the matrix is running and somebody quits. Well, that's going to cause a hole in the matrix. We don't want a hole in the matrix. So we're going to give it 60 days from when they say, I'm done, and then we're going to compress it so that hole will be gone. I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, Ron, let me try to real quick, just to make sure we got two viewpoints on the same thing. So like Ron said in the beginning, there is no matrix. It is just everybody coming in, date, timed, and stamped. So they'll be given a certain amount of time to pay. Once they pay, they end up in the matrix. So then if they fall out of the matrix later on, after 60 days, they decide they don't pay or something, then the compression and things like that happen. But in the beginning, if they don't pay, they just don't end up in your matrix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the explanation on the below you terminology in the back office. Okay, I'm gonna say it again. As everybody is coming in the free launch, and you see it back there, it says this many people is below you. there is that many people below you because everybody's in a vertical line that came in after you did. That doesn't mean that when all these 600 or 500 or whatever trans over into the matrix, that they're going to be in your matrix. Not what it means, because everybody has their own 3x10 matrix. And if Bob's over here on the right side of the matrix and you're over there on the left side of the matrix, and Bob brought in 100 people after you came in, you see them in the vertical, but when we put them in the matrix, his 100 people goes under Bob. You're not in Bob's matrix. So those 100 people is not going to be in your matrix. This is why I'm
Ron,
saying.
we're changing that word to new members.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, just so we tell everybody, that's what that really is new members.
Exactly. It's everybody that joined the company after you did. Okay. This is why I keep telling everybody, I keep saying, I brought it today, the free launch is only going to happen one time. You only get one shot at the free launch. And you need to be, I'm going to put it in this way, you need to talk to everybody that can fog a mirror. And you don't have to talk to them long. You know, there's two questions. You got one of those discount membership things? Yeah. Why? Okay. Here's one. Are you an MLM? Yeah. How long have you been? Did you ever get at the top of any company? Nope. You want to be? Yep. It's really that easy. That kind of covers everybody. Hey, have you ever belonged to any company at all that paid you to shop? Nope. You want to? Here's a free link. Okay. Oh, so it brings you back to, yeah, that's all being put together. Yeah, that's all being put together. Brings you back to home. Okay. Okay. Listen, guys, we've been here 45 minutes. Now we are going to be doing a lot. We're also going to be having, listen, there's people on this team right now that's going to be having their own webinars. And I happen to know that they're very giving people. And if you want to attend their webinars, you can. You can absolutely attend their webinars also. We are going to be having webinars. We're going to be having meetings. We're going to be having everything for you to build your team. So Shane and I had a discussion, and Shelly, and I can tell you, we feel at Fund Saver Network, we kind of feel like here's where the rubber meets the road. Yes, it is your perspective or job or what do you want to call it. It's up to you to go and build your team. It's up to you to go share the information. It's up to you to bring people in for a free launch. But we're going to help you. Many ways we're going to help you. We're going to be doing the doctors talking. We're going to be doing free, drops. And also what we're going to be doing is we feel that when you bring a person in, especially on free launch, it is our job to communicate with them all the time. Here comes a webinar. Here comes a Welcome Wednesday. Here comes another drop. Be ready. So we need to stay engaged with them as a company all the time. Now, we want you to stay engaged with them for sure. That's your team. That's your people. But we understand sometimes life gets in the way. So we want to always be there engaging with your folks, keeping them excited and keeping them going because it just helps you build your team. I mean, I hope that makes sense because that's what we're going to be doing. Anything else? Any questions, Danny? Is there an app we should download? No apps. No apps, Stephanie. Hopefully, Stephanie, you got your back office with the shareable link. Oh,
I did have a question, Ron.
Go ahead.
That was, are these drops going to be weekly or daily once we get rolling?
I'm going to let Shane answer that one.
Yeah. Who asked that? Bob? I kind of, is that Bob?
Yeah.
Bob, when we get rolling, we're going to do those drops as often as we can. If you were to ask me what I wanted to take place, it would be extremely often, like daily type drops. Here in the free launch, we're just going to do a few to get people acclimated to understand what they are, just to make sure too that all of our ducks in a row and that we're doing it properly. But I would prefer that we have those drops often because again, it's all about the memberships and getting memberships. And if people start seeing this every day, what are you guys doing over there at Fund Saver Network? How did you sell something that's on Amazon right now for $48 I might be giving up what's fixing to happen, but how did you sell what's on Amazon for $48 for $10? That's what we want to make sure happens, and that people stay engaged. I want your people engaged all the time. We've got things to keep them engaged from a buying standpoint. We've also got something to keep them engaged from an affiliate standpoint. So that is my goal. As we built, Gordon Turner and myself have built other things. That was our whole reason for being successful, was keeping them engaged. So with Fund Saver Network, that's what's going to happen. So yes, I want drops to happen all the time, but the other thing is, you're going to see some things that you're going to go. The drops are going to be a frenzy, but Bob, I got something to share with you later on that you guys are going to see when we launch. That's going to keep. Literally, Shelly said to me, when I showed it to Shelly and I told Shelly what we were going to do, her question was how, and how we're going to do it, as far as just keeping up with it. And then, but her second thing was, Shane, they will not want to leave their computers. And I feel that what she said, everybody's going to say, because the pricing is going to be so low that you're going to have a fear of missing out if you leave your computer, because I'm not going to tell you what's coming up next on the computer. You're not going to know the product that's coming up next. So you're going to want to stick around, because some of them are insanely discounted prices. I sound like I should have been on QVC.
that was perfect.
Yeah. So anyways, Ron, is there any more?
Where it is right now, think about it. There's people that love digital technology stuff, right? There's people that love health and wellness, right? There's people that love to shop. Right now, as it stands, we got them all covered. And according to the question that was asked about travel, we don't have travel yet.
Yeah, and Ron, I have so many people to say something about, I don't like to shop. I'm like, well, you need a new website, because yours looks like it was built in 1970s. So we can go ahead and fix you up with a new website real quick, but there's a lot of people say they don't like to shop, and I get that, because but guys, this is going to be a fun shopping experience. It's going to be, I mean, Ron does wear a hat out sometimes, so he has to put a new hat on, and somebody's got to buy that for him, either him or somebody else has to, so there's all kinds of things. You got new shirts all the time. You got new pants. You got to go to an event. You got birthdays that come up that we keep talking about. There's 33,000 birthdays a day in Houston, Texas. So you always have something, or somebody around you has to shop. I mean, it just has to happen. I've ran into so many women lately that are like, I don't like to shop. I'm like, well, we got you covered, because it's all online. You can come in there and you can sit and watch it while you're watching TV, and you can see some of the things that are going on. And I gave a little bit of way of what's happening. We're going to have some sales that are all the time. We're going to have some things that are going on all the time. So
let me make you guys realize something. And he didn't know I was going to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. The CEO of this company that you see on your screen right now loves to shop, folks. Loves to shop. He's got a 5,000 square foot closet full of clothes, shoes, everything. I'm not kidding. It's not in his house. It's in his building. Okay? So
I can attest to that.
Yeah.
Probably got more shoes than everybody on this call combined.
So I'm pretty sure when it comes to this shopping thing, he's probably got it figured out by now. I'm just saying.
Too much. It is definitely an issue. So, yeah, there's 450 sports coats up there, and I think last year I wore 4 of them. So when you say I've got a problem, I probably got a problem.
Okay, as far as the website, when will it be ready? And again, that website's going to come when we launch in 4 to 6 weeks.
And the website right now for you to share is ready. I want to make sure that that's not the one you were speaking of. But yes, Ron, the website is the website. Well, hold on though. The website's going to be ready sooner because when we do drops, you're going to have the e-commerce side of the website that's finished. So
You
there's a
don't have
lot
any-
of things. It's a progressive. It's going to be a progressive build on our opening, launching, but the website itself has a lot of stuff in it that you're
Yeah,
going to be able to
guys-
go and buy your drops.
When I say website, when somebody asks me when it's going to be ready, here's what I see in my head. Everything Shane just told you, but what's important to me in the website is when you can log into your back office, you can see all the people that you have, you can see what you're being owed, you can see when you're going to get paid, how much you're going to get paid, and along with that's going to be a report that you can reconcile to the penny. Okay, so when you ask website, that's what's in my head. All of that's got to be programmed. Okay, so that's why I'm saying. That's why I said 4 to 6.
Okay. Yeah. So Ron and I do this all the time. Ron's always thinking about you guys. He always has the MLM side and the affiliate side on his radar. I have both that side of it plus the consumer side for you to show people and for them to see the product and that type of thing. So there are two different parts to the website. The first one that I just mentioned is the e-commerce side of the website to where we'll be doing drops and stuff on. That's going to be, that's already done. It's just we haven't done a launch yet. So the rest of it, everything is under works.
Good question, though. Great question. Let me do this, folks. I'm going to turn this recording off, but don't go anywhere, okay? Hold on.